Tune in to Apple Podcasts, tune in to iTunes, to Apple Music, even Heart Radio. The Unscripted Kayfabe is the product that we watch. To analyze the product, to watch the product, to discourage the product, to encourage the product. When it's good, it's good. When it's bad, oh boy, we're getting a rant. Welcome to the Unscripted Kayfabe. No rumors, no dirt, oh bullshit. This is the Unscripted Kayfabe. The Unscripted Kayfabe. Tune in to Spotify. Tune in to Apple Podcasts. Tune in to iTunes, to Apple Music, even Heart Radio. The Unscripted Kayfabe is the product that we watch. To analyze the product, to watch the product, to discourage the product, to encourage the product. When it's good, it's good. When it's bad, oh boy, we're getting a rant. Welcome to the Unscripted Kayfabe. No rumors, no dirt, oh bullshit. This is the Unscripted Kayfabe.
Welcome everybody to the Monday Night Raw Fallout after Wrestlepalooza. Damn, folks. I got my Adam Page shirt here, guys. Crazy. You know, Monday Night Raw after Wrestlepalooza was an eventful show. Took me a while to watch. Took me a while to watch the show as I was busy and I couldn't cover it really. It was hard to get through the show and really hard to watch Monday Night Raw and just WWE right now in general. Personally, you know, it's my honest take and my honest opinions and honest reviews here. It's really hard to watch the shows nowadays. The majority of this year has been really, you know, not compelling. It's not been interesting for me to tune in to every single fucking week and watch the show. And at some point you just get tired of the same shit and you're just fucking done with it. Nonetheless, I ended up watching the show and my thoughts on the show, I think this was a great show. It was. It was a great show. Mind you, I covered all AEW Dynamite live, as we always do. Mind you, I covered AEW Dynamite live. I did. Sure. I'm not going to put it out there that I did not. I covered AEW Dynamite live. I had a great time for that show. Watching it, breaking it down. I think that was an okay show for me. Okay don't mean it was a good show, or they don't mean it was a fucking great show. So let that not slide somewhere else. Monday Night Raw is what we didn't cover. And again, the excitement to me personally after a Wrestlepalooza week show and the build to Wrestlepalooza, man, the excitement towards the show was just not clicking. It wasn't clicking to me. It was hard to take shit seriously. I mean, there was not that much excitement towards the show. For me personally, I didn't feel excited watching the show. I didn't feel any top tier emotion watching a WPLE is what we call them, right? Yeah. I didn't feel any emotion watching those fucking shows. I think the shows just lacked a sense of, to me, personally, the last sense of emotion, and that's a lot of times. So again, I covered Dynamite instead of Monday Night Raw, which is kind of earlier happening, I would say nowadays. Due to college football, I guess. You know, because college football, we have Monday Night Raw starting up at 7. Or I would say, what would it be, Canadian? I don't know. Moving on. But again, eventful show. This was a pretty good show. Definitely. They'll have its criticisms, yes. Even a pretty good show, pretty good episode of a television show can have its criticisms. And rightfully so. let's kick it off, man. The show was again really, I'm gonna probably get into some breaking down myself earlier the stuff I liked in the show or not. I mean, I'll tell you, I'll tell you. We're gonna start off with some positive notes, maybe. Then we're gonna get into some negative, and then we're gonna get into positives and negatives and positives and negatives. We're giving a mixed bag here of the show. And then we get started off with that basically. So Joe Tess opens up the show with recapping Wrestlepalooza as we see all those stars entering the fucking arena. Basically, you have the Vision with Becky Lynch now part of it entering the arena. Crowd's having a great time, and then Cody Rhodes comes out, starts to speak a little bit, talks about he would have to want to add another ring on his collection. And then Seth's Rollins music hits, and Seth comes out, and they have this great on-air, chemistry stuff here. It's really easy to see through and how good that chemistry basically is between Seth and Cody. I would say it is definitely a top tier chemistry in WWE right now and in the past few years. Definitely, Cody is the Batman to Seth's Joker because Seth is Joker and Cody's Batman. Cody's not Superman. That's Cena. And Lex Luthor is Randy Orton. Or Edge. Whatever the fuck you want to say with that. Or Darkseid, I think. Darkseid is the Superman one. I'm not sure. But anyways, we're not here to give fucking superhero analogies. But nonetheless, Cody Rhodes, to me personally, I think, showed off a lot of stuff that we don't really generally see. Look at him saying that, I need to win. I would love to win the second ring. And add a second ring to my finger. So it comes out, and then Seth Rollins says, as of SummerSlam, when we both walked out with championships, with world championships on our shoulder, I had Crown Jewel marked in the calendar. And it is, to me, it's just me. It's me and you, Cody. It's me and one-on-one. It should be that easy, but it's not. Why is that, Cody? He keeps on talking about stuff like, Cody Rhodes and I think the tension between them recently. Jay. If we don't really want to go back and tell the story here, Seth and the Vision were about to beat the shit out of Jay. Cody came out to save Jay, and Cody and Seth had a sorry guys Cody and Seth had a moment in that segment basically. Cody and Seth's moment was like, hey, I'm here to fuck up your, like, and you like, hey, how dare you intervene in my business, basically, or something like that. So it's not as simple as it should be. So that's basically, saying that he is the tip of the spear bearer in the company. He is the guy the future needs to go through. And Cody calling goons. It's a great segment. It's a great segment. It was definitely a great segment. I think we're gonna get another great segment to be the go home show. But I think this was a great fucking segment. Great fucking segment. Nothing. Nothing over the top really, but I would say still a great damn segment, like story, man. Which I was really critical of, and so I chose to watch Dynamite and we reviewed that shit, or I reacted to it, I guess, in some ways or forms. But again, I would say a great opening, great segment. Cody basically proving he's the better man. He's the QB1. Seth not being okay that Cody is in that position. Seth wants to be that guy. Jealousy makes it more real, stuff like that. Definitely the idea of that, and then the whole, Cody Rhodes saying that it shouldn't be that simple. Changed my life, and I'm calling those goons and like Mr. Heyman and stuff, and then obviously calling out that spot. I mean, it was a great segment. Great segment. After this, we got the New Day, and then we got to negative here, people. And I'm sorry to tell you, but we get into the negative here right now. And obviously, then actually no, we're not gonna have negative right here. We're not yet, not yet, folks. My bad. So we got Jay and Jimmy backstage, and Jimmy was like, what happened to Wrestlepalooza was trash, trash. I was like, oh my god, is this a serious segment or is this a funny segment? Whatever. And then I told him it was trash basically, and then I mean he's like he went to Adam Pearce to try to get that match, tag team match for division, the bronze, and he finds out that Jey Uso has a match with LA Knight. And then basically, Jey Uso was like, if LA Knight, it wasn't for LA Knight, we would have won. If LA Knight was a special guest referee, we would have won. Or if LA Knight would have just had the Vision take care of LA Knight, we would have won. He said he doesn't want Knight in their business. Again, I love this. I love Jey Uso. Again, this is not the whole fucking Yeet shit where I literally, if you guys don't mind now shit about this, I mean, I talked about it over and over again. The Yeet works at points. It does. It really does. At point, it works, but at some point, it just doesn't work. And that is not how it should be. The Yeet is supposed to work at all costs. It should not be like some bullshit fucking thing. The Yeet needs to work. It doesn't work one majority of times because it's just a fucking Yeet catchphrase that no character work, man. Jey Uso has ended up becoming a fucking mascot for the company at that point. So it's good to see Jey Uso show more realism here with LA Knight, having issues with LA Knight, and that led to a match between them. We're going to talk about that eventually for sure. Anyways, Dominic Mysterio appears, and he's backstage with the Judgment Day, basically. And he starts talking to Finn Balor about about being scared of Rusev or Miro, whatever the hell you want to call him. I call him Miro still. It looks like Miro, the Redeemer. Remember that guy's good stuff. Remember Eddie Kingston said, "Redeem these nuts." Fucking hilarious shit, bro. Anyways, so Dominic is scared of Rusev, and then Balor, and then he tells Balor that I want you to be in my corner, and Balor's out here playing on a fucking Nintendo Switch, WWE 2K. It's like fucking ridiculous, man. They're still playing 2K on Nintendo Switch now. They're playing 2K on Nintendo Switch from now onwards. Weird shit. But still, again, we're moving on from that. I would say again, but and then Balor said, "No, I'm not helping you." Then Dominic gets over to JD, and JD says, "No, I'm not doing this for you. No, I'm not." And then, "I'm not gonna do this. You said you can beat him. You said you could beat him. You say you don't need anybody. You don't need anybody." And Roxanne comes in and she says, "We're all family, Judgment Day, and some short shtick." And then, it's like, "I'm doing this for Judgment Day." And it was a great segment, showing the Dominic Mysterio kind of splitting away from the Judgment Day slowly. Like it. Great segment. Stephanie McIntyre appears in the ring and as world champion. She cuts a great promo. A great promo solidifying herself as a cultural, impactful woman in professional wrestling, basically. And how much importance she has. And she does a really, like, "You made me cry," and it's a really wholesome promo that Stephanie cut. I really liked it. Some great stuff right there. Basically, a lot of stuff right there, folks. But moving on, where the hell is that? Yeah, Penta and War Raiders, right? We're getting into that shit, definitely. Penta and the War Raiders. Let me get over that shit, and I'm gonna talk about it over again. And eventually we're gonna be talking about the end of the show with a breakdown and all shit. Fucking be out of here. I'll talk about it at the end of what happened in the match, which is gonna do some great spots there for sure, and the great fucking finish. It's just fucking incredible. But what I'm here to talk about here, man, what I'm here to talk about on this fucking show is Penta, basically to me. You know, Pentagon Jr. I would say since he has joined WWE, Penta outside me since January. Earlier on till June, his booking was great. It was. He was booked like a top guy in a top prominent position on the show. And for the past few months now, Penta El Cero Miedo is literally basically has become a fucking joke. And that's sad, man, when I'm saying that for this. And you know why it's become a joke? Because of the fucking New Day. And that's not nothing wrong with it. I'm nothing against the New Day, man. New Day are fucking great. It's the gimmick that the New Day have. The characters that they play. They're not working. Triple H motherfucker Paul Levesque, he had all the right decisions to prove that he could book New Day in a great position and make them a great heel tag team and build a fucking tag team division around them. But he didn't do that. He had New Day sit the fucking timeout, basically, off Raw, and then they had him come back. And after that, the whole steam had lost fucking control. You needed to build a tag team division around the fucking New Day, and you chose not to. So that's what happened with the fucking New Day. We don't need to get over that. We've already talked about it over and over again. But again, Grayson Waller too with them. Basically, a guy who had a lot of fucking potential, if you guys could remember from a few years ago, when they had AJ Styles go down to NXT 2.0, when I had Grayson Waller face guys like Edge. He had a lot of potential. I don't know where the fuck that went because he's been a fucking jobber. He's been an undercard jobber, not even like the main card jobber, the undercard jobber. The worst of the worst. Basically, again, the worst for that fucking reason. And then Jey Uso and then LA Knight. Not Jey Uso. Guys, I'm kind of fucking out of this shit. Anyways, not Jey Uso and Knight, but yeah, it's Penta and New Day not fucking working for me. Same fucking shit. Been seeing this for too fucking long now. We need to get the fuck away from this because Penta deserves better. New Day, they should have been booked better. Pentagon Jr., bro, he don't fucking deserve this shit. This is awful. Again, this is much better for the sickos out there. This is much better than he would be doing anything in AEW because we know how Tony Khan was treating him at the end of his fucking run last year. So basically, I would say Penta to me is a fucking top guy. He's a top guy. Pentagon Jr. is a top guy. Should be booked like that. Pentagon Jr. should be booked in a great position. Penta should be booked as a top guy. He's not. He's in the fucking vortex of the New Day, the Grayson Waller, and the War Raiders. This needs to fucking end. This is absolutely they again. They had a great match, and to me, I'll prove it right here. They fucking wanted to hide the fact that yes, they can have a great match, and hide the fact that this shit is great. No, it's not great, motherfucker. This shit sucks. And when I call out AEW for that, you don't think I'll call you out for this shit, basically, and criticize what the fuck you're doing? This shit sucks. This shit is not doing it for me. This shit is not it. It's fucking awful. It's ridiculous. This shit sucks, dude. Basically. Penta deserves much better in a position than fucking Seth Rollins back at it again. Penta deserves much fucking better. This could be some top tier storytelling, but it's not, and nobody fucking cares. Yeah, guys, I think I'm gonna get the fuck out of here with this shit. I mean, I am not in the mood of this breaking this show down. But again, I would say stuff like actually we know we're gonna get into the breakdown. Just gonna get into the breakdown. And this won't be as long as AEW Dynamite because we don't have that much stuff to talk about on the fucking show. But we're gonna get in the fucking breakdown slowly, and we're gonna get in the fucking breakdown. Get the fuck out of here for sure. We're gonna do that definitely. Again, Penta and War Raiders. My opinion's my fucking opinion. I think they're fucking trying to hide the fact, basically, that Penta, is not Penta's being booked great. Well, the fact is, he's not being booked great, and everything he's been doing, they have fucking dropped the ball with Penta. They should be having fucking Penta with Miro and Dominic Mysterio and AJ Styles going at it, a feud with AJ. Penta needs to be more of a cooler, and maybe they need Alex Marvez to come over to WWE basically. But Penta needs that badass character because this fucking shit that they do, the entrance Penta has, it's not entertaining, bro. I mean, it is. It is like I don't fucking want to fucking feel that. I don't feel it. Penta deserves much better as a top guy in the company. Penta deserves a lot better to be that guy, basically. Pentagon is one of their best stars. There. Penta deserves the fucking top position. And this whole War Raiders and New Day shit is fucking not doing it. No, it's not. I've mentioned my point exactly. War Raiders should never be. The New Day are fucking dreadful. With a whole shit, basically. The New Day are fucking dreadful. All I'll say. The New Day are fucking dreadful with the War Raiders shit, and that's not it. Yeah, the New Day suck, bro. The New Day are not it. New Day have been ruined, and the heel turn again, one of the most hottest heel turns that never needed a fucking, basically they didn't even need a fucking reason to attack somebody. It was just words to Big E, and they fucked it up. They fucked the New Day up. They fucked the War Raiders up, actually, with not having them on television. And then you have to be sit there and watch Pentagon do this shit. Penta. Penta doesn't deserve any of this shit. Penta should be put in a prominent position. Penta shouldn't be doing this shit. He shouldn't be. I love Penta, and I think, again, he should be in a greater position. but they have Pentagon in this fucking position, and it infuriates me. Basically, it does. I think Penta should be in a main event position eventually, by the next year at least. Penta should be in a top position as one of their top guys. Move the fuck away from the War Raiders, the New Day, Grayson Waller shit, bro. They just wanted to have a great match to hide the fucking fact that this shit sucks, and we know this shit sucks, and nobody wants any more of this thing. And I'm actually fucking done with this shit for past 3 weeks now, and I'm fucking fed up with this shit. It is done, bro. It is not cool. It's not great. It's the worst thing on the fucking show. This is what I could, understand people or not. And this is where fucking tribalism comes in. And people want us to tribalism here, basically. So shut the fuck up. I was as fucking critical of the learning tree and Chris Jericho and the fucking hi guys bullshit. I was as fucking critical of that when they were going with the learning tree. This whole Penta and fucking War Raiders and the New Day and the Grayson Waller shit is fucking cringe, awful television, and is basically the fucking worst part of the fucking show. I am sick to my fucking stomach watching this shit. This is all get the fuck off my television. I never thought I would say the New Day had become get the fuck off my television kind of heat. That is the fucking case. The New Day have become get the fuck off my television kind of heat. The New Day are not it. The New Day used to be it. They're not it. The New Day need to be booked better. They should have never been on fucking television before. So you basically fucking kill their heel turn. You kill their heel turn, kill the momentum. You can keep something off for a month or so, and that thing is gonna fucking die, and then that's it. New Day are done. They're not it. They need to go back to being baby faces. I'm not sure what the fuck we're doing. War Raiders, you kept them off television. Doesn't matter. Fucking matter. Penta doesn't deserve to be the Grayson Waller as an undercard jobber. He's not even a proper jobber. He's an undercard jobber. I don't fucking care about Grayson Waller and the New Day. I don't. This is as much fucking cringe as the Learning Tree and Chris Jericho. Hi guys and bullshit, whatever the fuck that was in 2024. But again, as I said, Penta deserves better, and this is again, they want to fucking hide the fact that they're doing this shit. And they're hiding the fact basically from everybody. That they're having the New Day and they're having great matches. Nobody fucking cares about that. Okay? We know you hit the fact that this shit sucks and it's cringe. It doesn't fucking matter. And New Day and the Grayson Waller fucking pairing is not working with me and will never work with me. It is garbage. It is get the fuck off my television garbage. And then you have Penta, who was again, this whole shit with Penta makes me also say, hey, get off my fucking television. Well, Penta should be in a position where he should be facing Sheamus. Maybe Penta should have more of a badass character instead of a fucking comedic. You know, he does this all the time. I'm not into it. I'm not into it. It's funny. It's fucking great for children, I guess. Penta, to me, one of the most coolest luchadors in AEW. And the badass look he had. The matches with Punk he had. Matches with other people he had. Basically, Kenny Omega. I don't remember people much, but nonetheless, Penta, was cool. He felt like a stone cold killer, stone cold luchador killer, and felt badass. I need that Penta vibe. I don't want this fucking joke of a Penta on the show. Because with the New Day and Grayson Waller, it is fucking garbage. It's blacked basically, and I'm not gonna fucking tell you what fucking blacked is. Because that's weird. We're not gonna mention that if you know what I mean. I don't, bro. Fucking like ridiculous. Xavier Woods, the Kofi Kingston, the fucking New Day. That fucking thrift ship has sailed, and this fucking shit sucks. It is garbage. Penta deserves to be in a top position. Penta can't be in the fucking same position all the time. They fucking drop the ball in Penta. That makes me infuriated. This is the worst fucking thing. This is, as I said, comparable easily to Chris Jericho and hi guys. fucking Big Bill and the Learning Tree. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit, bro. Again, Penta should be doing something great. And again, this shit sucks. And I fucking will call it out for it being bad. Alright, we're gonna talk about Jey Uso and LA Knight. So, actually before Jey Uso and LA Knight, Jimmy Uso went out there and he was, you know, interrupted by. Actually, we didn't go over this here for sure. And we might go over this here for sure. We might go over this shit for sure. Jey Uso was out there. Actually, no, it wasn't Jey Uso. My bad. Sorry, guys. I fucking flopped what I was talking about. Holy shit. Too bad. Nonetheless, we forgot to talk about this. Backstage, Lyra Valkyria was attempting to apologize to Bayley after she went into Bayley's locker room and what she heard, and she was confused, and then basically Bayley came in, you know, and Bayley came in and she didn't remember any of it. Basically, she basically was like, and like I was so confused by it. But then they said, okay, hey, I'm not gonna go back on my word. I'm teaming with you, of some sorts. And then backstage we see Steph, and after that we see, you know, Stephanie Vaquer come in, and then she has a fucking interaction with, and then we got Asuka basically, and Kyrie, and especially interrupted by Nikki Bella and Rhea Ripley. You know, congratulations, La Primera, whatever, and Rhea Ripley issuing a challenge for, I would say, Asuka. Yeah, Rhea Ripley initiating this challenge for Asuka, which was again some great stuff. I didn't mind it. Basically, a lot of stuff like that. Rhea Ripley, you know, saying to Asuka, "I want to face you tonight," I guess, and then already she's challenged for, I guess, Stephanie McHare, you know, great stuff, challenging her for the championship. And she said, "I'm coming for you." This Nikki Buzz part of this fucking segment, and then we got the rematch with the. Anyways, La Primera, I already went over that. We already talked about that. We did. Definitely we did. Well, it's Bailey and Roxanne, man. Bailey and Roxanne, nothing but okay, good match here and there. But then out of nowhere, eventually, Bailey, you know, Lyra, Roxanne takes out Lyra. We're gonna go over here with this shit. Bailey attacks Roxanne and beats the living shit out of her, and then fucking beats her basically. And then Bailey apparently loses her mind again, and then she can't believe it. And she just becomes a bit she just becomes evil Bailey again, and then Bailey's out there, you know, she won, and then she is the and Lara comes in, and then Bailey just shoves her, and then Lara's just showing like a face like, you just told me to help you basically. So there's some great stuff here. Definitely a great part of the segment. Miro versus JD McDonough already went over this kind of before, but again, it was basically JD and Rusev or whatever, you know, going at it with some. It was a bit hard hitting match at first. It was back and forth at first. I mean, it was showing JD's skill off, and then also whose skills off fucking here? Rusev's skills off. My bad. But again, it was basically, you know, made official by Dominic Mysterio, who wanted to soften up Rusev, and then, you know, Dominic Mysterio and Rusev kind of ends to the end, and then Dominic Mysterio tries to not even try to help. Then Balor's pissed at him, and they have a fucking issue with each other. And then we got to talk about LA Knight and Jey Uso. Right before some time, Cody Rhodes went over to I'm gonna not here mention here. Cody Rhodes went over to the fucking show. He went over. Well, I'm mentioning here. Yeah, Cody Rhodes went over to the show. I went over to the show. My bad. Cody Rhodes, fucking hell. Cody Rhodes was backstage, and then he had a segment with Jimmy, and Jimmy just said, I don't know how to talk to him. I don't know. He's just in his own head. Cody asks, "How's Jay doing?" He's like, "Okay, I'll talk to him for you." Basically, he's like, I can do that. I can talk to you for you." Basically, something along those ways. Yeah, basically talk to Cody for me, please. Basically we got that stuff here between obviously, and then Cody sat down with Jay and then talked with Jay basically. Cody sat down with Jay and talked with Jay that, hey man, I get what's going with you. I understand what's happening. I've been through this shit. It's hard, man. I get it. Losing people left and right, fans left and right. I understand this. And then Jay is just either looking at the championship or doesn't give a fuck what Cody has to say. So that's great nuances laid in, a great storyline basically. He's like, of course, man, whatever. And so, and we move on to Jay and LA Knight, and then it was a great match. It was a great, you know, aggression shown in the fucking match, basically, kind of match, with Jay Uso getting the pinfall on LA Knight and winning, basically. And Jimmy Uso coming on to help him, while Jay Uso not any interest to help LA Knight. The backstage we saw another segment here with Becky Lynch, who was literally, prepping up to prepping up Seth Rollins or something, or like saying, whatever the shit people are starting to say, and really try to, you know, and Seth is like just lost in the fucking watch, and this is just such great story. Seth is lost in this fucking watch. He's looking at the watch, his eyes, the story, emotion right in the watch is great to fucking see. Something like that. Rhea Ripley and Asuka, man. Rhea Ripley and Asuka. It was a great match. Oh, I'll say. We're gonna pick it up from the end basically here. Basically it's kind of a roll up, and then you have Asuka. After that, Asuka comes out of nowhere again into the ring, and then she does the miss to Rhea, and then you have Kyrie trying to relent herself, not try to beat up Rhea, but then eventually she listens and she beats up Rhea. Io comes out crying, upset, and then eventually Asuka hits down Io, beats her up, and then Kyrie starts beating up Io. Stuff like that, basically. Obviously, Asuka attacked Io. Kyrie attacks Io then eventually after letting those emotions go away. That was the show. And it goes off with Kyrie hitting the insane elbow drop to Io Sky, courtesy of Asuka, and just again, paying attention to Asuka and really, really into Asuka. Really, Asuka was controlling everything with Kyrie basically here. So this was great to see. Great to see some stuff like that. Great to see something that's not involving the fucking Vision basically, and how much brainless fucking shit that was. Great to see stuff like this. Io is gonna be really angry now with herself and Rhea and the whole situation now. Creates more story, and now having Asuka be the badass and be the heel here is great to see. And Kyrie being the gaslighted situations that Asuka brought her in, and Asuka really controlling over Kyrie, and Kyrie just basically being Asuka's bitch. It's great to see Kyrie's really trying to fight the aggression, but eventually it'll be great to see when they have Kyrie break away from Asuka and really push her in a prominent fucking position. That'll be fucking great to see. But again, great story telling here with this. Rhea Ripley, basically, fucking killed it with the match generally, and then Asuka again giving her the mist, and then Io coming out, Asuka attacking Io, back fist elbow basically attacks Io and stuff like that. Great to see, great fucking thing to see. Better than the bronze. Definitely was a great main event for the show. All right, let's start with a breakdown of the show, top to bottom. Every fucking thing we're gonna be talking about the show now. It's just my own thoughts. We're gonna talk about every fucking thing on the show. As we're gonna talk about the show, open up with who and who. The show opened up with Joe Test talking about Wrestlepalooza basically, and Joe Test really mentioning about stuff like what happened, and then you have the backstage shots of everybody coming in, the Vision with Becky Lynch. Let's kick it off here, man. The undisputed WWE Champion Cody Rhodes kicked off the Raw to discuss the upcoming Crown Jewel Championship against World Heavyweight Champ Seth Rollins. Instead, the Visionary interrupted and joined him in the squared circle. He admitted that he had Crown Jewel circled on the calendar, that a match between this is bigger than just a champion versus champion match. I want the truth. What do you think of me? Rollins asked. What do I think of you? You changed my life, Rhodes responded, crediting his Shield battling for his career, helping him to become the WWE Champion at WrestleMania 41. Sorry, 40, where he ended at WrestleMania 40. He basically said, Seth, what do I think of you, man? You changed my life. You had no intention to, but you having no idea who your opponent would be at WrestleMania, and then you going in to a match with me having a torn pec, pushing to me into the limit that I didn't think I had really, basically. And then you were also my shield, man. Really talking about a great storytelling, man. There, basically, great storytelling here. Ron Rollins takes the promo and testified from there while with Rollins taking exception, Rhodes considering himself the quarterback of WWE, story saying, which I just talked about here earlier. You can be the quarterback, but you're not my quarterback. Basically saying, hey, you're not my fucking quarterback. You're not my quarterback, Cody. You can try to be the quarterback, but you're not my quarterback. You're not the guy to lead this company in the future. That's my right. That's me. And it just shows off a lot of legit reality and the real bitterness and the real fucking animosity between champions and people. Who's the actual number one guy of the company. It's great to see. Seth saying, I'm the spirit of that tip bearer, not you, Cody. All these talent run through me. And he called Paul Heyman and basically Braun's goons. He said, "Hello, Mr. Heyman, how you doing?" or whatever, something he said. And then he ended up, the goons started, fucking getting up close to him. But then he kind of, I guess, Seth says, move out of his fucking way. And Seth basically says that the Rollins calls himself the Alpha Kenosuke Takeshita, or the Alpha Kenny Omega. Who knows? I don't know. Both. Kenny Omega is especially Rollins' friends, and Cody's best friend too. Rhodes reminded him that he has a three record against the Architect, 3 matches, extreme relations promos as Rhodes left the tour so untouched by Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. Respect to what he needs. There's no need to some. Basically, I would say, guys. I mean, basically, I'll break the fucking show down. And so again, as I would say, this was exactly what this shit needed. It needed fucking shit like this. It needed story like this. It needed the environment of saying to Seth, how many matches have you won against me since I have came back to this company? You have won no matches. Seth, you're a loser. You lost to me. So do you think you're better than me or something? It's a great fucking angle. It's a great feud built in already with a full on fucking promo and involving so much story and history between these two. Fucking love this shit. Great stuff. Nonetheless, no disqualification match between. Okay, we got backstage fire. Jimmy Uso and Jey Uso tried to dream match division tonight by the former world champion booked his own match against LA Knight. The fiery SJ's gaslighting brothers continue to trend forward and keep heel Roman Reigns. There we go. The fucking speech that Roman gave to Jay, it fucking worked. And Jay's more cooler now. Jay's more aggressive. Anyways, the weeks long battle between the team of War Raiders, which fucking went dog shit here, basically. Discussion the action was hard to start with Waller laying into Eric with a kendo stick and Penta whipping the heels of at ringside. Back from the commercial break, fucking Kofi Kingston drove the masked luchador through a table on the floor with a boom drop from the top rope. As the flight intensified, the flavor drinking Kingston through a table led his momentum was and his momentum was basically delivered to Super Mexico Square for the pinfall victory. Again, it was a great match, you know. Great fucking spot. AEW would never do something like this to end a fucking match. Great match, but I already went over how fucking stupid shit was, basically. This was a fun, chaotic. I already went over this shit. Basically, the action was hot start. You know, with Eric and kendo stick spots here and here, ringside commercial break. Kofi stroke messenger to the table on the floor. Boom drop from the top rope. It was great stuff, man. What should I say? Great stuff hidden in a fucking terrible situation that they're going through with Penta right now. This is a fun, chaotic brawl. There was hopefully in Penta. Hopefully, this is backstage. Roxanne Perez goaded JD into helping Dominic Mysterio by facing Rusev, to which he accepted for the Judgment Day, only to learn that the Intercontinental Champion already had him matched up with Rusev. Fun character for Dominic indeed, and moving on from that basically. Elsewhere, Lyra continued to apologize to Becky. Elsewhere, backstage, Lyra Valkyria attempted to apologize to Bayley to bragging in and earning her rats last week, but the role model did not remember anything about it. Instead, we're good and hinting at a split personality storyline that was originally introduced in those spectacular pre-taped videos. Last time in action. So again, we already went over this. The whole Bayley coming out of nowhere after last week, Lyra really addressing her, and then Lyra was like, "Hey, getting her to the locker room," and Bayley said, "Get the fuck out of my locker room, you stupid idiot! Get the fuck out." And then Bayley coming back out of nowhere and hugging Lyra and basically saying, "Hey, I want to help you out. You came and helped me out last week. I'm gonna help you out." And then Lyra's being confused. Okay, fine, I get it, but sure. And they teamed up together basically. Fresh out historic victory of Sky. Anyways, Lapri credited fan support of her. La Primera credited fan support of her, as well as unvarying hard work and desire for her win. Again, really wholesome, emotional promo from La Primera. It was great stuff, man. Here, she credited her dad for being her greatest role model and vowed, "My fire will keep making history, and I say nobody can stop me." Segment ended with Chico announcing her will be winner of Tiffany Stratton versus tonight. Well, we already know what happened there for sure. Short and sweet to the point. Backstage, Asuka. Again, our many promo segments on WTV right now that could take a page from it. Valkyria came across as humble and likable, and more importantly, we found out what is next to her. Backstage, Asuka and Kairi Sane interrupted Rhea Ripley and Nikki Bella. Congratulations, La Primera, leading into Mommy issuing a challenge to impress the Empress of Tomorrow for a match tonight at WrestleMania 37. Let's go. Billy and Roxanne Perez. Highly competitive match between former NXT Women's Champions featured back and forth action to start before Perez attacked. Perez targeted the left knee off their opponent, controlling the action, entering the exciting commercial. Exiting commercial, Prodigy cut the role model off at every turn, including adding a pop rocks on the arena floor when Raquel Rodriguez tried to interfere on behalf to her Judgment Day teammate. Lyra Valkyria made the save, sending the heel into the ring post. Perez laid out Valkyria through the awakening endangered Bayley, her to deliver the Rose Clan, and a big need for the win. And again, stuff basically when Lyra got taken out by Roxanne, Bailey snapped. Something in her snapped, and she fucking lost her mind. And then eventually, the person Lara confronted again was the one who lost her mind, basically. Great stuff, man. Great stuff. Definitely unpredictable Bailey is a thing I would want to tune in for the shows moving forward now. Definitely. And then backstage, even asked Cody Rhodes to start to talk some sense to Jey Uso. Rusev versus JD McDonough. Offered by John Stern in an attempt to save his own hide, JD McDonough found himself receiving a brutal beatdown early and on by offered by Rusev. The Redeemer punished the Iron Lung, wearing him down until the tag team chamber murder Stern reception, spring moonsault, and had ahead of commercial break. McDonough continued fighting back against Rusev, utilizing his speed and aerial arsenal to negate the strength and fury of Bulgarian Brood. If it was not enough, true as prospective top contender to the World Championship, fought back, blasted McDonough with a black match kicking and applied the accolade. Great fucking showcase for JD McDonough. But again, story with Dominic and the Americanos. And how Dominic is not anymore, it's kind of moving away from the Judgment Day. It's slowly really getting into the Americanos, basically. LA Knight versus Jey Uso. With tension kicked through, it called with the knife. Jey Uso and yeah, it was some great stuff here. But Dominic really turning it up on a level with not Jey Uso, with combined the Judgment Day. Good stuff to see, man. Definitely worth the fucking time. It was some great stuff to see, basically, on the show. With tension taken up to with tension taken up to cut with a knife, Jey Uso and LA Knight took the square circle. Monday Night seeking to settle the difference. Increasingly desperate to regain his championship waist, frustrated Uso showed great intensity, attacking Knight before the bell beating. Yeah, that was really cool to see. Was it the ferocity that they showed in this match? This went fucking 9 minutes basically. The ferocity they showed, the aggression they showed, the hate for each other, the issues they have with each other they showed in this match were fucking great. Love to see shit like that all the time. Those are some great shit right here, basically. Regain his championship ways. Frustrated Uso showed attacking Knight before the bell and beating him down in the red corner. The former world champion dominated the action throughout the break, but Knight created the separation. It did not last long as main event Jey continues its onslaught. As the megastar finally fought his way back into the match and appeared to be rolling, the Visions, Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker appeared and providing a distraction that Uso capitalizing on, delivering a spear and his trademark splash for the win. Again, nothing but special, but again, kind of a great showcase for JD McDonough and him being a cooler act, basically. And then, obviously, Dominic's story and the Los Americanos. And where does Dominic's allegiance really lie? Does he care about helping the Judgment Day? Does he want to be in the Judgment Day? And the whole situation with Finn Balor and all stuff like that. Great to see some stuff like that working in the company. I love this whole Dominic and again, Jey and LA Knight, ferocity, just showing aggression against each other, having issues, story build off from weeks and weeks now of LA Knight and Jey Uso, and finally this is working, and this is just fucking awesome shit, basically. LA Knight and Jey Uso are killing it. Jey Uso, darker monotone of his character is great, because it's just not more of the yeet shit anymore. It's basically Jey Uso being more of a person and just being more cooler in terms of being more real, having emotions. It's not doing the yeet shit, because the yeet shit was basically a fucking, a mascot for this company. And it's great to see Jey Uso really back into story driven and more of an aggression showing in the fucking thing. Love to see that shit stuff, basically. With Jey Uso and LA Knight, which I think both of them fucking killed it. And again, both of them are awesome. Jey and LA Knight fucking killed it. They're great at what they do. They're fucking awesome at what they do. They're one of the best things on Raw, really. I mean, in terms of story and what they've really built over the past couple of months now with Jey and LA Knight, it's great to see. Jay eventually having issues with LA Knight, and obviously the Vision were in the fucking main event. But again, we're gonna get in the main event for sure. We're gonna be breaking that we're gonna be talking about that shit again for sure. Again, LA Knight versus Jey Uso, I would say, to me personally, great stuff. Fucking enjoyed it. Great stuff in terms of great action and great, not a great match, but great action and great aggression and fucking ferocity shown for both of these men together. Love to see stuff like that in pro wrestling all the time. Especially, Uso worked as a heel backstage. Becky Lynch was again as seen pep talking or prepping up Seth Rollins or pep talking Seth Rollins and kind of trying to get him to understand what the situation's going on right now or some sorts. And Becky was just basically kind of fucking angry with Seth and like saying Seth and all of the situations angry what the hell was going on and angry that she had to tap to HLE basically. Becky wasn't okay about it and how the fuck she could have been okay about that. But again, that was all that was it. And then the detail, attention to detail with Seth fucking Rollins, man, him holding freaking fucking Rollins, him holding the watch in his hand, just looking at it, just fucking looking at that watch. The attention to detail, the fucking visual that they showed here of Seth just looking at the watch, the story, and how it all revolves around WrestleMania 40 and Seth being Cody's shield and all that fucking thing happened. Seth looking at Cody's watch, the watch that Cody gave him, and just basically looking at it, stone face, literally couldn't hear what the fuck Becky was saying, basically, and didn't give two shits what Becky was saying. Looking at that watch, and Becky was just kind of, really being that annoying. Becky was being that annoying kid in front of her dad, basically. Kind of fucking environment, weirdly. I don't know why it came off as that. Or the annoying cousin in front of another cousin, basically. So that was what it was. As I said, Jey Uso and LA Knight. Love the ferocity, love the fucking engaging action, and that's what it fucking should be, basically. Should be a lot of fucking engaging action between Jey Uso and LA Knight. And the build, and it really fucking killed it. Alright, the fucking last thing on the show. Last time Rhea Ripley, not last time, Rhea Ripley and Asuka. I'm sorry. Weeks of intensifying issues between Rhea Ripley and Asuka centered around Io Sky come to a head when they squared off in Monday's main event. Empress Tomorrow answered everything Mommy threw at her, cutting off her momentum and maintaining control of the match. Ripley's size proved problematic of the heel as she was able to counter and escape Asuka's grasp. Then delivered a senton off the apron and onto her opponent on the floor. Which again, I love some stuff between again Asuka and Rhea Ripley. Basically, great stuff they're doing here. And Rhea Ripley gets the best fucking reaction in the men's division. It's not Stephanie, it's Rhea Ripley. Chants of this nonsense filled from stands as Rhea Ripley and Asuka exchanged blows, laid their bodies racked with pain following a superplex from the Eradicator, basically my bad, Eradicator. Later in the match, Asuka unloaded with a series of kicks to the face of the opponent and a trademark strikes, dropping Rhea Ripley to the floor. He ordered Kairi Sane to take a shot at Mommy, but the Pirate Princess refused. Bickering between teammates allowed Rhea Ripley to back into the match, but she quickly found herself caught in an ankle blocked by her opponent. Ripley fought back, blocked an attempted cheap shot from Sane, watched meshed each other, rolled up Asuka for the win. Great way to present Asuka in terms of having Rhea Ripley. Really, I would say again a really great match. Different, not the fucking Vision all over again. Great fucking match, basically. Great match, I would say. And this was a really good show overall, man. And it was a really great match between Rhea Ripley and Asuka. Really back and forth, and the whole cutting off her momentum and all this shit. Basically, fucking incredible shit right here. Basically unloading a series of kicks and stuff, and the finish being so fucking great with a roll up, not an actual pin, not the fucking Riptide, a fucking roll up to Asuka and tried her damnedest since she finally beat Asuka basically. And then afterwards, Rhea celebrating and Asuka comes out basically, and Asuka is like, Asuka spits in Rhea's face, and she's out here fucking like Gamora from fucking Avatar at that point basically. And again, this was And then Io comes out running and she's crying and stuff. And then Asuka hugs Io. And then after that, Io, gets hit by Asuka. And then Kairi kind of joins. And Kairi first kind of doesn't want to beat up Rhea, but then she finally does. But then she really doesn't want to beat Io. And then she has to beat Io, take, Asuka's orders. And then Asuka eventually has her go on top fucking rope, and then hit the insane elbow drop, and to get more heat on Asuka and Kairi the Kabuki Warriors. Different than the fucking Vision, so it was great to see something like that along those ways, basically, on the show. Great to see some stuff that was not basically along the fucking Vision all the time. The Vision really run its course on the fucking show to me generally. And I would say this was a really good show. Really, really good show. And that'll be it, folks. That'll be it for the Monday Night Raw review on the Unscripted Kayfabe. Kayfabe's out. Wrestling with Spades are out.